Okay, and do you have any family near you? Do you have any help with the children at all?
Yeah, I got my mom and my dad.
Mm.
They stay like 10 minutes away, and my little brother lives there. And then my girlfriend has her family about 10 minutes away, and it's her mom and her dad and her sister and her brother, and
Okay.
they help out too.
So are they pretty active? Do they help with the children often?
Yeah, they'll get the kids and take them for days at a time. So yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
they're pretty active.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't think so? Do you feel that the kids are stressed at all about this situation? Or do you think maybe it's more stressful for you not spending the time with them
Um,
that you like?
I don't know. Maybe it's the. I think it's all of us, just the family time in general. It's the summer. It's
Mm-hmm.
summertime, and I know they want to go to the pools and amusement parks and water parks and stuff like that. But we just like we busy right now. We have to wait till these. We got a couple more weeks left, and then maybe we can do something before school starts. So yeah, I think everybody is feeling
Okay. All right. And I heard you mention that you were on academic probation. Can you tell me a little about that?
it. I went to Del Tech like 3 times prior to this, and I withdrew and stopped going and just didn't take it serious. And so when I came back this time, they put me on academic probation for all those times of going in and just leaving. And I can only take a certain amount of credits each semester. So last semester I could take 9, and this time I can only take 7. But I kept my grades high enough that I should be off academic probation maybe in the fall.
Okay. And what are your grades like?
A's and B's.
A's and B's. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many semesters have you been going since you enrolled this?
I'm about to finish my second semester.
Okay. And you
Yeah.
said you're enrolling for the fall
Yeah, the fall
already.
will be my third one. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. And as far as your work schedule, you said 7 to 3:30. Can you just take me through like a day, just a day of life for you,
All
just
right.
a Wednesday?
So Wednesday I'll wake up at 5:30. Well, my alarm will go off at 5:30, but I won't get up till like 5:45 when my second alarm goes off. So then I get up and I take care of what I gotta take care of, brush my teeth and get myself together, and then I wake my girlfriend's son up. I wake him up, and then I'll get him brush his teeth and get him together, and then pick his hair out and make sure he doesn't have crust in his eyes and on the corner of his mouth, and make sure he has lotion on and all of that. So I take him to the daycare at 6 o'clock, or 6:08. I take him there every day, every morning. And then a guy that lives across the hall, my neighbor Dave, he gets in the car with me, and we leave to go to work around 6:10, 6:11, and I get there around 6:50, and I start work around 7:05, and I work till 3:30, and then I get off, and I'll be back in Dover about 4:20, and I'll pick the little one up and come home, and my girlfriend will be home, and I'll be home for about a half hour, and then I'm going to class from 5:30 till 8:30, maybe, and then I'm back home, and then she's off to work. Well, we got an hour and a half together, and then she's off to work, and then it's time to go to sleep and get clothes out for the next morning and all of that, and we do it all again the next day.
That sounds really busy.
Yeah.
That's really busy. Okay. And is this is every semester when you're in school, or
Nah, it's just the summer semester. I guess because it's a shorter semester and it's just everything's packed into 10 weeks. So
okay?
it's a lot of stuff going on.
All right. Well, it sounds like you have a good schedule, like a clear schedule worked out. And you said how much longer do you have to?
Like 2.5, 3 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you have the bulk of it over with.
yeah.
All right. And what about your job? You said you work at Allen's down in Harbison. How long have you been there?
Uh, about 19 months, a little over a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so do you like your job?
Um, I like working. I don't necessarily like my job. I mean, I do the same thing every day. I wouldn't have a problem with it if it was something I like to do. I really don't like. I don't like doing what I do every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you actively making changes, like seeking new employment, or what are you doing to change that situation?
Um,
Or
I'm
are
going
you
to school.
doing it?
That's
Okay.
what I'm doing. I'm going to school, so I'm going to be there for like a couple more months, maybe a couple more years actually. But I'm not going to end up there. So yeah, and every now and then I'll look to see what's out there and see if there's anything worth me applying for. But until I'm done with school, until something better comes along, then I'll just stay there. I'll just stick it out. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, before, let me see. You said you were going back and forth in school. Was there any specific reason for that, or is that reason resolved so that you can continue to go forward?
I was going back and forth because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
When I first went, I went for industrial engineering, and then I didn't want to do that, so I left. And then when I went back again, I went for graphic design, and then I didn't want to do that, so I left. And then I went back again, and I went for this drug and alcohol counseling, but then I left again because I wasn't serious about it. So then I got myself together, and then yeah, I'm back in drug and alcohol counseling. I'm on my second semester.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you say you're pretty committed. You're pretty sure that that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my degree in drug and alcohol counseling.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything? What would you say that you can do right now to eliminate some of the stressors that you have going on?
Get through 3 more weeks. That's about it. It's nothing really serious in my life worth stressing over. It's just time. You'd be busy. That's
So,
it.
how does it make you feel?
Um, I feel like I can't wait till it's over, till everything we have our degrees and stuff. So then, like all of that time would be not like a laughing matter, but we can like celebrate. Like every day it'd be a celebration. When we get the jobs that we want and all that time that we spent like apart from each other and going to class and working opposite schedules and all of that, it'll be like a celebration that we finally made it to where we want to be at. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. So, if you could change one thing in your life right now, what do you think it would be?
That me and my girlfriend would work separate schedules. If I could change it, that's all I would change for real.
Okay. And are you doing anything, or is she doing anything? Are you guys doing anything together to make that happen?
Actually, yeah, we had just talked about if a job opened up on her schedule, time frame for she'd be at work, then I'm considering taking something in that. But other than that, we just been.
Is that something that you want to do?
Yeah, especially if they pay me more than what I make now during the day. So yeah, it's definitely something that I would consider doing.
All right. And then, out of job and your schedule and your everything going on with school, academically, and your family, what would you say of those 4 things is your biggest stressor? What is the most alarming thing that that you would say you want to work on fixing?
My job. I want a different job.
A job.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want a different job.
Okay. So in between now and our next meeting, I want to See if we can do like about 5 applications.
Mm-hmm.
Just look for 5 different jobs that you'd really be interested in, that you currently qualify for, and go ahead and put in those applications. And also, you said this week that you're going to take care of your FAFSA. So when we meet again next week, I definitely want to check up and see where we are with that.
All right.
Okay. And how is your relationship with your family?
Um, it's okay. We talk. I talk to my mom like once a week. We talk to my dad probably, I don't know, like twice a week. And I don't talk to my brother at all. I might talk to him like whenever I see him, once in a blue moon, once or twice a month. I might talk to him, but I don't know. We're okay. Everybody's alive.
Um, is there like underlying causes, or is that just normally how your family functions?
I was in my mom's house for a long time, so like to be, oh, I don't know, to be away. Well, I guess we just deal with it differently. Like I'm okay with it. I guess my mom just sits and waits for me to talk to her. So
So you think maybe there is a little.
I don't know. I think she missed having me around. And I think she wishes that I would talk to her more, but I just be busy. It's not that I'm ignoring my mom or I don't want to talk to her. I just be busy. I know she wants me to talk to her more. But, yeah.
So is that a concern for you? Is that something
It's not a
that
concern
you?
for me. It might be a concern for my mom, but I don't. I guess it's something I can start doing, but I don't see. I've been talking to my mom. I had the same mom for 30 years. I've been talking to my mom for a long time. But I don't know.
Okay. And then earlier you mentioned that you take your girlfriend's son to school in the morning. Is your son, or do you guys have, what's the family dynamic for that?
My son like stays with his mom most nights.
Okay, so you have one biological child and,
Yeah.
okay, I understand. Okay, so your son goes back and forth between,
Me and his mom.
okay.
Yeah.
So how is that? Is that, would there be any stressors there? Is that something that goes smoothly, or how is that?
Yeah, she's a handful. She's like the epitome of stress. Yeah.
So is that, so that's another stressor for you?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little about that situation?
She just won't get herself together. She won't do nothing to further herself in life. She just like being real stagnant and relying on people too much instead of like doing things for herself. And it's really irritating and annoying, and it's sad.
So is it a personal issue you have with her, or is it a concern for your son?
Um, See, if she's doing all of that, then that affects how my son's being brought up, being raised, and he shouldn't have to live like that. It doesn't make any sense for a child to have to live like that.
Okay, so you just don't agree with her parenting style?
Yeah, yeah. And if I could take my son out of the situation, that's what I would do.
Okay, so is there anything that you've done to?
Yeah, I've been to court and I've gotten like joint custody, and I get him 5 days a week, but I don't get him overnight because the only thing I didn't get was primary residency, which I'm going back to court to get. But I don't know how long that's going to take.
So you get them 5 days a week, but you take them back every night?
Yeah, except for the weekends. If I get him one during the week, I take him back. So he
Okay.
can go to school the
But
next
on
day.
the weekends, he stays primarily at your residence?
Yeah.
Okay, and you said that you are going to court now for the
Yeah,
situation?
well, not right now, but I am going to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then that's another thing that maybe we can task you to do. Just 3 pieces of homework. Like I said, I just want to have you go ahead and do some paperwork with your FAFSA, because if you go ahead and take care of that, then that eliminates a piece of stress with all the things that you're juggling. And also just casually start putting in job applications, so you do have those options.
Hmm.
Okay, and is there anything else you may want to elaborate on as far as your stressors, or anything else that you want to talk about while you have the time?
I don't know. I pretty much covered everything. Work, school, my schedule, my son's mom. I don't know. I don't know what else there is to talk about. My car needs to get fixed. That's another stressor.
Okay,
And
so
I
you
gotta
also
pay for
have
that.
a
Yeah,
situation with your car going on.
yup.
Is it not drivable, or?
It's drivable, but I gotta get front wheel bearings. I gotta get like a sway bar for the back of my car, cause when I hit a bump, it sways. So it only makes sense that it's the sway bar. And then I have to get my window fixed. I gotta get all this stuff fixed on my car.
So it just feels like a lot right now.
Uh-huh.
Well, I have a question. What do you do to relieve stress? We're talking about all the stressors in your life, but what is it? What are the times you have that like alleviate stress for you?
Well, I have always been bad at like holding in my stuff, like all of that, hold it in, and then I just let it all come out at one time. So what I've been doing, what I just started recently doing, is I tell my girlfriend something that's like stressing me, that's irritating me or stressing me out. Instead of letting it build up, I just tell her what it is right then and there, and then I'm good after that.
So was that something that was creating a lot of conflict in your relationships?
Yeah, at times. Yeah, because then we might get in an argument, and then I might say something from like 2, 3 weeks ago, and all her side of the argument might be relevant to then and there, and then I might say something about then and there, but then I'll bring up something from like 2 days ago or 2 weeks ago that I've been stressed over, and it's not fair to, it's not fair to her to be arguing like that.
Okay. So how did you come to that conclusion?
It was her. Yeah, she just told me I needed to stop doing that I could talk to her, and I just needed to stop doing stuff like that and just tell her what was going on right then and there and stop holding stuff in.
Is that something that you've always done?
Well, hold stuff in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you with like communicating your feelings?
I don't like talking to people. I don't like talking.
Is there any reason that you can think of why?
Well, I used to not like talking to people because I want to be a drug and alcohol counselor. I'm a people person. I just don't like talking to people about my feelings. I can listen to somebody else's feelings all day. I've never been one to be like real expressive of my feelings, so I didn't talk about it.
So when you hold in your feelings, how does that make you feel?
I don't know. It would cause conflict within myself because I would have a whole argument with myself in my head about how like my feelings would be to somebody else, from their point of view. But I don't even know their perspective. I don't even know how they're gonna view how I feel. I just assume, and that would make me just keep it in, and then the point would come and it would just all come out.
So are you like scared of being judged, or you just scared, like, or the conflicts?
I don't like conflict. I don't like
confrontational.
Yeah, I don't like doing all of that because I don't like to yell. I don't like to argue. If it's a confrontation, it's just going to be physical. I don't like to do all of that talking and all that stuff.
So then maybe we could work a little with communicating, because conflict resolution doesn't have to be a negative thing.
Uh-huh.
It's just all in how you communicate. So maybe that's something that we can definitely practice with just better communication, not just with you and your girlfriend, but just people in general. If you find that to be something that is an issue where you're like holding in things because you're scared if you do talk about it that it's not gonna be received well or handled well.
Yeah, they might not understand what I'm trying to say. And I might be saying it wrong, but that's why I just don't say nothing at all.
Does that affect you at work or
Uh-uh.
no, just in personal?
At work, I don't pay them people no mind at work. I work with them until 3:30, and then after that, I don't even remember what people say half the time at work. You know, by the time I get home, I don't remember nothing that goes
Okay. And what do you do for fun?
on. I play Call of Duty with my kids. I sit and chill and watch Netflix with my girlfriend and Hulu. And oh, I go to concerts. And what else do I do? I play basketball. Take my kids to the soccer games and soccer practices. And
Okay.
what else I do? Oh, then I might just chill with my friends and do grown-up things.
Okay. So, outside of this semester, you don't really have the stress as far as the schedule and the family, like the strain that the schedule's calling us in on the family strain and just with school and everything, you don't have those stressors normally. This is just like a high time of stress for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just want to work on managing stress for when there are high stressful times like this. Okay. All right, and as far as school next semester, what are you planning on? How many classes do you plan on taking?
Hopefully, I'm not on academic probation and I can take at least 3. I can take 9 credits again. That would be nice. And I might have to pick up an extra class somewhere to get myself back on track, to not graduate, so late, get my degree so late. So we'll see. I gotta turn that paper in this week.
Do you feel rushed to graduate? Do you feel like a sense of urgency?
Nah, but I don't want it to take forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to, but I'm not gonna overload myself. Where I'm not gonna do the whole scheduling conflict thing again. No, we're not.
How do you feel like going forward next summer, you would still be in school? Do you plan on taking classes in the summer next year, or do you feel like maybe going forward you may handle the summer semester a little different?
We actually only plan like a semester at a time, so I really don't. I'm not sure. I never thought about taking next summer off, and just maybe we both might. The summer will be open if I take next summer off. So I don't know. I gotta think about it. I may have to talk to my girlfriend about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And where do you see yourself a year from now?
a year from now. Hopefully, I'll be a supervisor somewhere. I don't know. We'll see how that overnight job goes. If not, then I might still be where I'm at now, a year from now. But I'll be a year closer to getting my degree. So a year from now is still a year closer to getting out of where I'm at. So.
Okay. And what about family wise? What do you see yourself a year from now?
Oh man, a year from now, 2019. Ooh, I might be married or getting married. Dang, a year from now, yeah. I'll probably have custody of my son. Hopefully more income from my side, on both sides. Hopefully.
Okay. Is that something that's a stressor for you?
Nah, that's not a stressor.
Income or how you were
Nah.
mentioning income?
No, we do all right, but we can always
Everybody
do
wants
better.
more money.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
always do better.
Okay. So we're almost out of time, so there's a few more things that I definitely want to cover with you. Is there anything that you would like to talk about or mention, or any concerns or questions about the counseling process?
No, not really.
Okay, I just want to go over this is currently we have it worked out to where you do counseling once a week for the next 30 days just to level, just to get you through the next couple weeks. And we want to teach you some counseling techniques and just try to eliminate some of the things that are stressing you before you're done. And then when we check up in 30 days, if you feel like it's something that you need to continue with, there's the option of continuing with me, of course, or you could also go to like a support group where it might be something that's like once a month if you don't feel like you need to go so often or something like that. So just work on those pieces of homework that I gave you, and when we meet up next week, we'll talk about those things and see where you are.
All right.
Okay. And I do a little thing called a checkout where we just say, because sometimes I lose people. Sometimes people will come and they don't come back. So just in case I don't see them again, I always just make sure I ask them, how did you feel? Like, how do you feel leaving the session versus how you felt coming
So you want me to answer
in?
that?
Yes.
I feel good.
You feel a little more.
Yeah, less stress.
All right. Do you feel like maybe you could get the things done
Yeah.
next week, and maybe that'll
Yeah.
eliminate a little?
I feel like I talked up a good plan. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I will see you next week. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
All right.